Hello everybody and welcome back to FM24 with the Youth Academy Only Challenge with Toledo, CD Toledo, and we are at the beginning-ish of Season 3. It's going alright. It's going alright. Hello everybody, welcome back to the save, and yes, it's going okay. We are mid-table again, 9th after 15 games with Toledo. A number of youth players are coming through the team now, which is good. We have Alejandro Costa at the top of the goal scoring charts with 11, so we're creating chances. He's putting them in the back of the net and we're doing reasonably well. We're also taking on a Real Madrid B team that has Arda Güler in it, which I feel is a little bit unfair given that he's top of the assist charts and he's really, really good. He's worth 43 to 56 million pounds. He's actually in the Real Madrid C team when you look at it like this, which is absolutely bonkers, to be honest. That's just unfair, isn't it? It's just unfair. But yeah, top of the average rating, top of the assists for Arda Güler. We do have the top goal scorer in Alejandro Costa, who is doing a pretty good job, 23 years old. He actually wants to leave. We've agreed, I think, if we get a bid of quite a big money, then he'll leave. So yeah, much more than his 50k value anyway, so no one's going to be paying that for a while. But yeah, all in all, going reasonably well in the old youth academy. Very good start to the season where we beat Alguerques 4-0, who we actually ended last season against, and I think we beat them 4-0 on the last day of the season there. But yeah, it's been a little bit, hit and miss. We just struggle for a bit of consistency, as is always the case with young players coming through. But a good number of wins as well. We actually beat Real Madrid B 4-2, and they did have Arda Güler playing, so can't be too bad. A hat-trick from Alejandro Costa in that one is going well. But yeah, we're just struggling. I mean, back-to-back 3-3 draws, a 2-1 loss to Ibiza, 0-0 against Antonio Balderas' team. And we're struggling a little bit, and part of that is because if we have a look at the transfer history for last year, I don't know who this is and what he's doing here. Oh, this was a young player that we signed. He came through our youth academy and then we get rid of him and then gave him a deal, and the deal went through after his trial as a youth academy prospect expired. So yeah, bit weird. Anyway, we've lost Manu Gavilan. He retired. He was our top goal scorer last season, so he has now left the club. Pepe Delgado also retired. He left as well, so we couldn't put him in the team. Yelko, our goalkeeper, also retired. He has now become a goalkeeping coach, and not a very good one at that. But yeah, he retired as well, so we lost our first choice keeper. And Rodri just wanted to move to pastures new and hasn't picked up a new team at the age of 33, so probably wishing he had actually signed another season with us. Then we've also lost Carlos Moreno. We released him on a free transfer because he was being a miserable bastard, so he has now gone. He's 34 as well. And Unex Alvarez did not want to sign a new contract, and he's another one that if he had signed a contract with us, he'd still have an income. But right now, he's at the job centre, unemployed, because he's a footballer without a team as a free agent. But yeah, so we've lost quite a lot of experience in the team, and we're looking to replace it with youngsters, basically. And the age of the team is coming down. Ndika's leaving on a free transfer at the end of this season. He'll be a bit of a big loss. Although he's only 5'11", he is actually quite good for this level. But at 32, he would need replacing soon anyway. Pomeretta is in the same field at 31. And then we've got Sagado at 24. Lozano, he'll probably leave at the end of this season on a 30. He's 31 as well. And Nando Quesada is a 32. And then everybody else is very, very young coming through the youth system, basically. I think Alejandro Costa is the only one who won't have a regenerated face and didn't come through our youth team. I'm pretty sure everybody else here, maybe the goalkeeper, maybe Pablo Holamo, didn't come through. Yeah, he was brought in from somewhere else as well. So we are getting to that position quite early on in this save where youngsters are taking over. Uri Perez, I guess, is the only other one as well. But I don't think we're going to be keeping hold of him for too long either, because I think he'll want to move eventually. But youngsters are stepping up and they are doing pretty well. I mean, Guillermo Alba is still looking pretty good. The key for us at this stage is making sure that we've got people with good physical attributes in the team, as you can see from Alba. 10 appearances this season, a 6.86. Doing very well indeed. We do have some Patreon and channel members getting performances as well. So if we sort by appearances, there is a big cut-off here. So Jake Mills yet to make his starting sort of appearance for the senior team, but it will come. It will come. But yeah, Baba J's up there. He's made one appearance off the bench, not looking too bad with his flowing locks. He's one appearance of 6.5, but he'll get more and more as the time goes on. Atli Berge, who we're training to be a right wing back, to step in there when we need to. From the Gambia, 1 appearance and got a 7 this year as well, so he's not doing too bad when he's been in. Supreme Dave is there, 2 sub appearances from Supreme Dave. Not enough to get an average rating yet, just coming on for the last 5-10 minutes of a game, but we are looking pretty decent with these players coming through. Joe Page in there as well, making an appearance, a 6.2, so not ideal, following on from your 1 appearance last year where you got an assist, a goal and 2 assists on your debut. So but most of the time it's just players coming off the bench, just seeing things out and getting some minutes under their belt. 5 appearances for Andrew Neeson. He's probably the most at the moment that's showing the best, 6.98 on that left wing back role. He replaced Geordie. But we've actually had a pretty settled team, as you can say, 15, 15, 15, 14, 14, 14, 14 for these top players up here. Shows that we've got a pretty set team as it stands at the moment, and it's all going pretty well. I still think if we don't get relegated, we're in a good position in this. Obviously, the first team squad looks huge, but I have got all the under-19s available in here as well, just in case we ever need them and want to call the youngsters up. But generally, we are playing reasonably well. We're sticking with the same system. It's had a couple of tweaks to it. So occasionally we play with a double advance forward. Up here, when we do that, we then put whipped crosses in and don't play the ball out of defence, so we get it forward a little bit quicker. But generally the system isn't changing that much, and we're actually doing well with it. The double-headed eagle is still happening, and it's still working. It's still working for us because we are probably one of the favourites to still get relegated. Yes, we are down there in 19th, 200 to 1. So I think anything above the relegations is still good, and as long as we can get game time to our youngsters, we're going to be in a pretty good position, to be honest. But 15 games played, 6 wins, 5 draws, 4 losses. We are only 3 points off Castellon in 5th as well, so we are just keeping touch with the promotion playoff positions, which would be very helpful if we could get in them, because as soon as we get up into the second division, Spanish La Liga 2, then we will start bringing in a bit more money, playing against slightly bigger clubs, slightly bigger stadiums, better sponsorship money, all of that good stuff, because the finances right now are looking pretty shocking. 2.8 million in the red, no transfer budget. They've just lowered the wage budget from 26 to 21, so that is going to be pretty tough as well. So there is one old trick we can use, which is take the scouting budget into the transfer budget. It's not going to give us a huge amount of difference, but then move the transfer budget into the wage budget, and it does make us a little bit more in line. £3,000 a week over what we need, which would be the salary of Ndika when he leaves. So we could just release Ndika and start playing a youngster in there. But I think for the rest of the season, we'll probably be okay just being outside of the old wages, because they're not too annoyed with us. We can't really improve on anything else, as you know. The kits, I haven't done the kits yet. We're going to keep the kits for this season, and then we'll bring them in for the next season, the new kits. But we're struggling in the wage budget, struggling to repair the club's financial damage, but overall we are on a B. They still want me to play defensively solid football, which I'm not going to do because we need to go and score goals. The supporters are happy. Again, they don't want. We haven't played defensively solid football, and we haven't been competitive against Talavera. But, it is what it is. But overall, I think we're okay. I think we're in a position which is okay. The board and the fans do seem to like what we're doing. We've got them into a position which is better than they assumed it would be. So, we'll see how it goes. So, I guess repair the club's financial damage is just going to be done by selling players or getting promoted very quickly, to be honest. But anyway, we're going to take on Cartagena in the 16th game of the season, match day 16 in this one, and I'm intrigued to see how this goes. They're a good team, and normally against good teams we have been starting a little bit sort of more reserved, let's call it, on the back foot a little bit, starting on balance, taking off play out defence, and we'll go from there. Matthew Harrison is injured for this one. He's picked up 9 days to 3 week injury, which isn't ideal. We could let's bring in Neeson, because I do think Andrew Neeson will be pretty good from the sub bench. Baba J, Supreme Dave, Atli Berge, Bissett, and Joe Page all on the bench. The starting lineup isn't going to change. The starting lineup is pretty fixed in right now. So I think we go with that and we get out there and see what we can do against Cartagena, who are up in third. So it's going to be a tough game, a very, very tough game. But we are flying through this and trying to get this one progressed forward as much as possible to get us up the divisions and get a whole team of youth players through, because that's when it becomes much more interesting. And we'll be focusing more on the youth players when we're at that stage as well. I want to win every match. That's what I'm going to say in this one, because it's true. I do want to win every single game that we play. You can see, look at these palm trees. Oh, the graphics. It's amazing. There we are in our double-headed eagle. So Cartagena, 4 wins from their last 5, a 4-2-3-1, with a guy with a fantastic tash in there as Ferreira. And I'm hoping that we can stay in the game, nick a winner, and then wrap it up and take 3 points back to the league. That would be absolutely lovely, wouldn't it? That is what we need. This is going to be super, super quick, because it always is when I play this. Save as we do go 1-0 up. Javier Navarro from a corner just nods it in at the near post. It's exactly what we needed. Constantino swings it in, and Navarro, I mean, he didn't jump, the defender jumped. Defender got it wrong, and we do go 1-0 up in this game against Cartagena. But straight down the other end, they get a corner and they head it over the bar. They're not as good as us from corners, so we'll give them a bit of praise. 1-0 up, 20 minutes gone. There's another corner here for Cartagena. Swings this one in. It's headed away to the edge of the box, and it's a good save from Hulemo. We really, really, really need a good goalkeeper to come through the youth academy, because Hulemo is not going to cut it if we eventually get promoted. He is not going to cut it. It's going to be very, very tough with him as our first choice goalkeeper. So we do need like a sort of Carlos Victoriano figure to come through the youth academy as a young goalkeeper who is just automatically like a 5-star potential, easily one of the best players at the club, and then can step into the first team basically straight away, because I don't think Hulemo is going to be that player for... I don't think he's going to be... I think he might be our first choice keeper for a long time. I don't want him to be our first choice keeper for a long time, but it is what it is at the moment. And he's playing well today on a 7.1. He started the game reasonably well, as Cartagena are just getting back into this a bit more. We're going to try and focus a bit more on those set pieces as well and see what we can do. As a throw-in comes in, Ferreira on the far side, gyro into Ferreira again, and a good tackle from Perez. Constantino couldn't quite get there. Calero comes forward, ball through. Ferreira scores. As I said, the goalkeeper was playing well. That's a pretty weak shot to finish. I think I also pointed out Ferreira at the beginning of the game, because I'm pretty sure he's got a good tash. So we'll let him score his goal. We'll see the replay. Oh, it took a big deflection. I can't really blame the keeper too much, but I think Ferreira is the guy I picked out with a good tash. Yes, it is. We've given him a fancy face because he's obviously a new gen, and he's got a fancy tash. And he scored a pretty decent goal, deflected past the keeper. We just need to start getting back into the game a little bit more. I think we are playing well. 7 shots to their 5, 4 on target to their 3. They have had the better opportunities, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Look, we are doing well. Keep working hard till full time. Costa may come off. Paleo may come off. Sagado may come off. And Ndinka not playing very well. My problem with Ndinka is this is why I'm not too fussed about losing him, because he's quite small. He is quite small in this. I think we need to just keep the ball a little bit more. Let's not give the ball straight back to them with passing it into space. I'm pretty sure that will be costing us a little bit. 55 minutes gone, and we're not out of this one yet. I think we're going to have a change up front. Let's go for a bit more pace. So Alejandro Costa off. Matthew Bissett going to come on up front. Uri Perez off, and we're going to bring on Baba J. He's going to come on in there. I want to give these youngsters a chance. As long as we're safe and we're not going to get relegated, we can bring the youngsters on for a bit of a chance. So we will bring on Nando Quesada in the holding midfield role, though, because there's not really too much else who can do it. We've got a 6.5 complacency Lausanne. You know what? We're going to bring on Joe Page in there as well. We're going to go for a double Patreon midfield, attacking midfield partnership in there. And hopefully that can go and get us a little result. We could go back to attacking. We are at home, but Cartagena are just starting to dominate the game. So let's go back to positive. Play for sets. Work the ball into the box is fine. We will... Do I want to counter? I don't think I want to counter. I want to counter press and still win it relatively high. I don't think we need to pull ourselves out of our system too much as Calero comes forward. Good tackle from Navarro. Hevel picks it up into Alamo. Oh, Nagela's in and he scores top corner. Nico Jr. is his actual name, but he's got Najala on the back of his shirt. It does make it 2-1 to Cartagena. So hopefully the changes we've made will now get us back into the game a little bit more. We have gone to positive. Let's go attacking then. Let's go attacking for the last 10 minutes. We've not done anything this second half. That's been a little bit disappointing. I guess we can go and try and get the ball back. We are 1-0 down, so there's no real harm about doing something slightly different to trying to make it work. I mean, we could really get everyone forward, right? Let's try it. Let's just try it. Let's just see what happens. I think something else we might need to work on is keeping the system a bit narrower so that it's easier for our team to pass to each other. Because if we're a bit spread out, it does warrant longer passes. And that is full time, 2-1. 14 shots to 10, 5 on target each. They did have a better XG. We dominated possession, which we have done a lot this year, but we just couldn't get that final touch. Yeah, I don't know what I saw. I think we should have done better at home. But Cartagena get the win. We stay in 9th. There is an opportunity for teams to leapfrog us. As you can see, we're only 9 points away from the relegation zones and now 6 points away from Real Madrid B in 5th. So this could be a pretty tough league to get out with, I think, because that makes it 5 games without a win. Ouch, that is tough. But anyway, we'll be back for Youth Intake Day for Season 3, which is always a fun day, and I always get very excited. So we'll be back for that, and I'll catch you in that video. Leave your comments down below. Let me know your thoughts. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.